Hey, good morning, guys. How you doing? It is Sunday morning for me, which means it is video game and EverQuest time. We are still wearing our new cool Plains Wyvern illusion, which is apparently one of the rarest illusions in the game. And yeah, I'm having a fantastic time with EverQuest still. We got a group full of people together here, which is all my alts, and we're gonna go pick on Lord Inquisitor Saroo this morning. We're also gonna hit a couple other different raids, but today I wanted to start off with Saroo. Since I still have only killed him a couple of times now, you know, beating him up is still a really good time for me, so. Just waking up, playing some EverQuest, drinking some tea. It is a good morning. Let's see. I have not heard this music in a very long time, so we're just gonna let it play for now. You can hear this. Figured we'd turn this up, get some really nostalgic Luclin music going on. This whole area always looked so cool back in the day. I love this illusion. All right, let's get our instance. Let's go. Okay, let's turn that down just a little bit. Good music. I really have not heard this in a really long time. Normally when I play EverQuest, I have the music muted, and then I'll just, you know, layer music underneath it when I make the video. But today might be one of those days that we just listen to the sounds of the game. Have been really enjoying EverQuest lately. We haven't done much farming or looting or anything recently, so I think it's about time that we do another loot giveaway soon. We have quite a few more people on the channel subscribed to the channel now since the last time I did a giveaway. So we're probably going to do like a loot giveaway or maybe a Chrono giveaway. As a matter of fact, I think we're going to do a Chrono giveaway. So I'll just have to get the giveaway set up. This might be the video where we end up announcing that we're going to do the Chrono giveaway and how to participate in it. So let's get teleported in. Okay. Oh, that's right. Okay, here we go. Let's get on up to the second floor. We might end up having to take this illusion off to fit through these doorways. Here we go. Okay. Okay, so if I remember correctly, we have to go all the way around. Here we go. Hey, we're on our way. Okay. If I did not have this map, this would be basically impossible for me. I remember the first time I went through and did this a couple months ago, and this dude had to like lead me the entire way. It was a hard time. Let's see here. All right, there he is. There's the big guy. All right, let's kill his guards. I don't think my faction could get any worse with these guys. All right, come on, buddy. Get all these procs going, hit for 100,000, 133,000. And this guy's actually taking a little bit to die here. What do we get? Fingers crossed for the boots. Bloodied Berserker's Blade. Oh. Nice. And he dropped... Nice, he dropped the horse. And the... Oh, holy shit. The Mana Regeneration 5 ring with no level requirement. Damn. Wow, wow, wow. And three Kura's Blessing spells. But holy crap. Oh, we already got one of those. Wow, though, that ring is really something. Mana Regeneration 5, HP 100, Mana 100. No level requirements on it. The Bloodied Berserker's Blade, which got a cool graphic, and it's got Rune 3 on it. And his horse. Nice, very, very nice. Well, if we do a loot giveaway, there's going to be someone who's pretty happy about that. That is fantastic. Wow, that is a really good ring. Okay. Alright, so that is going to be it for Lord Inquisitor Saroo. Let's get everyone else out of this instance. And since we are already here... Yeah, since we're already here, we're going to go ahead and let's get ourselves teleported out. And we're going to go hit Vex Thal. We're just going to make this a nice little Luclin video. We're going to go hit Vex Thal. And we're also going to hit Sra Temple. Going to kill some snakes. Let's just, you know, keep the hype train going. Let's go ahead and see what other twink loot we can get if we're going to give ourselves a nice little giveaway. So as a matter of fact, let's just go ahead. Let's make it 2 giveaways. Let's do a Chrono and a loot giveaway. So the Chrono, the Chrono giveaway will just be really simple. It'll be we'll do something set. So like you have to be subscribed to the channel. And then we'll just have the giveaway set up. I don't know how I'm going to do it though, but we'll manage it. Let's see. Because last time I just used like a comment picker, video that picked a random comment from one of the videos I uploaded, and we used that to determine who was going to get what. But with the Chrono, the good news, you don't have to be on the Furion V server for that giveaway. Because if you have an account and you have Chrono on it, you have access to that Chrono on any server that you log a character into. I would prefer that if you do win the Chrono that you have a character on the Furion V server, but if you don't want to and you just want me to meet you on one of the different servers, we can do that. But we'll have it set, if you're a subscriber and you comment on the video that we'll end up picking, it's not going to be this one yet, but we'll just decide, we'll have a little program that will pick the winner for us. I just wanted to do the Chrono for sure as a thank you to everyone who subscribed to the channel. I mean, we've grown from having nobody starting back in October to over 400 subscribers, so it's been a really rapid growth. Oh, a Divine Barrier clicky, that's cool. But yeah, the Chrono giveaway will just be as a thank you for anybody who subscribed to the channel. I'm not looking for additional subscribers for people to participate in it, but if you want to, you will need to be subscribed. And then we'll just pick a video, you'll comment on it, and then we'll just go from there. I'm really excited. I think it's been really entertaining for me to be able to play a game that I'm already really enjoying. I really love this game. And to have people subscribe and enjoy watching, I'm really happy about. I think that's really, really cool. So I appreciate y'all for, watching, subscribing, commenting. It was really cool getting to join Ion Blaze, that additional channel that does EverQuest videos. It was really cool getting to do a small little collaboration with him. I know he included a few different EverQuest content creators, and I appreciated, since I'm a much smaller channel than he is, I appreciated being involved in that. That was really cool. And plus, getting to talk about EverQuest is something I'm passionate about anyways. I have hundreds of hours worth of stories of fun and miserable times with this game, so getting to talk about that, it was really cool. I'm happy there are still people out there that enjoy the game, and even if you don't play it anymore, but you just remember how much you did enjoy it back in the day, I'm happy that we're able to scratch that nostalgic itch for you. That's what I'm here for. I'm just here to talk about how much I enjoyed the game, maybe tell some stories, kill some of these old school raid bosses, and let people know that the game hasn't died yet. Because as far as I'm concerned, this game is still just as alive as ever. There are still lots of us that play this game. There might be a few more of us playing the game soon with this, what's the word I'm looking for? With the updates that they seem to be rolling out. Let's do this. With the updates they seem to be putting out about the game, everything they're upgrading, all the plans that they have for it, whether it's expanding on, more TLPs, fixing their anti-cheat, the anniversary that's going to be coming up. Holy shit, that's this month. I didn't even think about that. So the anniversary that's going to be happening here in a couple of weeks. So keep an eye out for more videos from me soon. There's going to be tons of anniversary content coming out soon, whether that's Fabled enemies, special quests that only come around this time of year. We're going to be doing some giveaways for EXP potions, because I got a couple packs that are like 50% experience boost and they're like packages of 5. So, I mean, just keep an eye out. If you're enjoying the content, I appreciate it. If you stick around, we're going to be doing quite a bit more EverQuest content over the next couple of months. Just between all the Fabled content, all the anniversary content, and the TLPs soon. If things work out the way I want to, I'm still planning on putting together a guild of people together for. I'm still planning on putting a guild, a group of guildies together for the TLP, whichever one comes next. If they do a couple of different TLPs like they've been doing lately with different rule sets, we'll check to see what those rules are and we'll go from there. Ideally, I would like to be on whatever TLP is as close to live EverQuest as possible. Because I am a casual bitch who really likes... wow, how did I get stunned? I am a casual EverQuest player in the aspect of I like all of the niceties and all of the quality of life changes that they've introduced. So if they drop a server that's like classic EverQuest over again, I might not be that interested in it. I want something with like a faster experience rate. I want something that is, a little bit more quality of life improvement as opposed to the current EverQuest that it is we're living in, or as opposed to the old school EverQuest. So if we can get something with some, oh damn, no armor pieces. Damn. If we can get something that has some of the quality of life improvements, like droppable items, like they did with the Mischief server, something like that. If we can get something like that, I will be 100% into that server. I'm really excited. We're getting closer and closer to the anniversary content and the Fabled content. I know I've said this before, so if you're someone who's seen this type of video where I talk about how much I really want to make sure that we get, that I'm sticking around and playing for the Fabled content, because I started playing EverQuest again roughly about 2 years ago. And last year, I completely missed out on the Fabled content because I just got bored with EverQuest. I didn't have the channel. I wasn't really doing anything. I didn't have a group of people I was playing with to keep me interested in the game. So I ended up missing out on my favorite time of the year with all the Fabled content. There's like Fabled versions of all the enemies from classic EverQuest up through, I think up through Gates of Discord? No, probably Plains of Power. I think Plains of Power is where they stopped introducing the Fabled content, because I know you can fight up to a Fabled Quarm, which is like a level 90 enemy. I want to be able to record myself getting the, doing those fights. They're only here for a limited amount of time, and if you're only able to hit them like once a week, you're going to only have a limited number of chances to get some of that loot. And I really, really want that loot. I really, really, really want that loot. Because a lot of that Fabled stuff is still droppable here on the Furion V server. And it is really good loot. Really, really good loot. Like the Fabled Plane of Time stuff drops up to, I think, level 80, or no, level 75. So you're fighting like level 90 bosses, dropping level 75 gear, and it is amazing gear. Like Fabled Jagged Time Forged Blade. A lot of that stuff looks, it has the old, Plains of Power graphics on them, but they're just much better versions of them. And there's, Fabled Lady Vox, Fabled Nagathyn, Fabled versions of all these bosses I want to go through and kill. And ideally, one thing I would really like to end up doing, if there's enough interest in it, is I would really like to take groups of people through that content. So like we can do like a raffle or something like that, and if you win, I will bring you along for that content, and you'll get to take all the loot. I'll kill the bosses, or I'll help you kill the bosses, and whatever loot drops, I'll just let you have it. That way you get to experience the content in addition to winning the loot from it. And I don't care if you use it or if you sell it, because that's how I've always been with these giveaways or anything like that. I don't care what you do with the content, with the loot. If you want to sell it and just make a profit off of it, I'm totally cool with that. That's up to you. I just want something that helps include people in a game that they love. And a lot of people don't have access or the ability to do this content because it requires six characters. And I do this stuff on a regular basis, so if I can make someone happy by getting them some cool loot or content or an experience, I'm okay with that. I think that would be really cool. Ring of Immobilization. Ooh, a root ring. Nice. Getting us some Vex Thal clickies. Fingers are always crossed for illusion items. Let's make our way down here. So yeah, we'll definitely have a lot more content that we can upload here soon. We're going to have the, between the items that we're getting here, and we'll have a giveaway with, and the Chrono giveaway, which is going to be something I'll have to sit and plan out how I'm going to arrange that. Because it comes down, if it's a little bit more difficult to get something involved that requires, that knows whether or not you're subscribed to the channel, etc., stuff like that. I'm not looking for like 1,000 subscribers to do this. I've been talking about doing a Chrono giveaway since I hit 50 subscribers, so I really just want to go ahead and do that. We just crossed the 400 subscriber threshold, so it's time to go ahead and do that. And obviously, if you're not interested in a Chrono and you just want to watch the video, I appreciate it. But for anybody who's looking to come back to the game, or you want all the all access pass stuff, because whenever you're subscribed to the game, you get the alternate advancement auto boosting. Whenever you hit certain levels, it will auto give you all the AAs all the way up to 110 whenever you're leveling up. So if you're just level grinding and you hit up to level 110, every single level it will give you all of the AAs that you have access to. What is this? Oh, that's cool. But yeah, it's the all access pass is really nice and handy because it also gives you some daybreak cash that you can spend on potions if you need to. Anything like that. It's just additional help. And plus, it gives you like a discount on all the marketplace items. So if you are subscribed and you do planning on, buying yourself some cool illusions or some item graphics and stuff like that, it gives you like a 10% discount on everything across the board. So it's just helpful to be subscribed. And to do anything like these Agents of Change instances where you can just get yourself your own instance for raids, it does require that you are an all-access member. So for anybody who is interested in, getting a subscription but you don't want to pay, the Chrono giveaway will be something that will help you with that. And like I said before, I just want to see people return to the game and have a good time. And if you're coming through and you're playing on the Furiona V server where everything is droppable, oh, nice. Bracelet of the Shadow Hive. We got a Shrink Clicky. Hell yes. I'm happy to get another one of those, because those still sell for over 1 million platinum per. So that'll be something else for you to look forward to as part of the giveaway. Anyways, enough about the giveaways. So Vex Thal is still one of my favorite places to raid these days, just because of the fact that I never got to raid in this content while it was current. So this is still a fairly new experience for me. I've always been fascinated by Vex Thal. I've just sadly never had a chance to raid Vex Thal. So getting to see all the content now and mess around with these bosses, and the fact that basically everything here is droppable and everything here is like non-lore, meaning you can have more than one of these items. It's a really cool place to farm because I can get tons of these items and I can gear up alts. Because, like I said, 90% of these items you can carry multiple of. The only things that really are lore are the, like, illusion graphics. I guess just the Veil of Flames, because the Circle of Disguise. Why did I do that? The Circle of Disguise is... it's non-lore, because basically anybody can use those. Any class can use those. Damn it, I did not mean to do that. Now we gotta run all the way back. Guess I got confused of where I was at. Because we still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We still have like 6 bosses left here. And they're the good ones, the ones who can drop the important items. Oh no, we want to go this way. Almost went back to the first boss, the big blob. And I'm still fascinated by how this zone was made. If anybody knows anything about the lore with, or not the lore, I guess technically, how this Vex Thal whole zone was designed, apparently, according to some people that were either friends with developers or knew the developers, said that this whole zone was made by one person. And you're welcome to correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember them talking about how one person was given a week to design this zone. And it was actually nerfed quite a bit, because all these enemies that spawn, they actually used to blind you as well. On top of the fact that whenever you kill these horned guys, they pop their little cloaked versions because they're technically immortal. But whenever you would kill one of the horned guys, a cloaked guy would also spawn. So on top of everything that was already happening, and the fact that there is a plethora of enemies that spawn in these hallways, they used to also blind you. That is insanity. I can't imagine doing this content. So we're going to North Wing first. I can't imagine doing this content when it's current level. Like, I'm sure it's a different story these days with all the mana regeneration pots and everything that people have. Like, I'm sure it's substantially easier than what it was in current Endgame back in the day, but I'm sure this place was insanity. It takes long enough that most raid guilds have to take this over a 2-night period. And it's like 6 hours a night still. That's just insanity. I can't imagine being like, alright guys, it's 5 p.m, let's start raiding, being done at like 11 o'clock at night, going to bed, waking up, going to work, coming back and doing it again the next day. I'm all for I'm all for a good time with raiding with the boys and girls. Don't get me wrong, I'm not sexist. I'm all for a good time pulling a group of people together to do this content. But damn, like 12 hours worth of raiding and content just to get through the raid. And there are a lot of bosses here too. A whole lot of bosses. Necklace of Endless Concepts. Okay. Getting some necklace items. Okay. Some non-visible items, people used to call them. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of people who will still be like, oh, this stuff is just novelty items. I mean, yeah, some of the Defiant gear might be better than these, but a lot of these items still have really, really good clickies that like you can only get from these zones. So even if you have better Defiant items as you're leveling up with this gear, you're going to have all these clickies and items that you normally would never have access to. Whether they're damage shields or mana regeneration or anything like that, you would only ever find these items here. Cloak of the Black Wind. This is what I meant by non-lore items. This cloak is fantastic. Like one of the best items that you'll see from this era, because it's got 100 stats across the board for HP, mana, and endurance, 41% haste, 10% to all resist, and 15 to all stats except for charisma. And it's non-lore. So if you get one, you can give one to an alt. Really, really, really good items. Okay, so let's go on to the next one. But I can't imagine doing this doing this content when it was still relevant and having to take all that time to get through it now. I'm sure it doesn't take near as long these days, but it's probably still, like, I remember there were some guys in the TLP recently, even on the Mischief server, where enemies drop like twice the items, and they're all random and rare. Not random and rare, but they're all random, so you can get items in Vex Thal like from any bosses. So anything that would normally be even only dropping from like Atenha Raw, you can get from any of the bosses in Vex Thal. And they'll drop like 3 times the items. Oh shit. Circle of Disguise. We got one of the rarest items in this expansion. Circle of Disguise. I think it still sells really good too. Yep. 1.5 to 2 million platinum per. Really, really, really good item. And like this type of shield with 6 mana endurance, or 6 mana regeneration, even though it's recommended level 60, you could put this on a level 60 character and that's still going to be better than Defiant gear. And you got an illusion item that you can only get from this zone. And a ring with the clicky on it that will give you increase all of your resistance. That's not the type of thing you're going to find on any of the Defiant gear that's available. And if you're like a lot of the EverQuest purists that go through this game and will not use any of the Defiant gear, this is the perfect stuff for you. Because there are a lot of people these days that will go through this game, they won't touch the Defiant gear. They think the Defiant gear that was provided is like the biggest abomination to this game since Planes of Power. And I only say that because there are a lot of people that will like passionately bash you for using the Defiant gear. They hate it. They absolutely dislike it. And I understand. I 100% understand. There are a lot of people that are just major purist when it comes to the game. I get it. The Defiant gear was introduced to help fast track people to level 85. It was introduced at the same time that the heroic character gear was provided also. They wanted people just to hurry up and get to level 85 and start experiencing, at the time, the endgame content. Not raw. Oh, we got another clicky. Kodak's Expansive Mind. It's a mana pool regeneration. Like this. Holy shit. It's a 50 attack boost leg piece for monks and beast lords. 50. As if they weren't already some of the best DPS in the game. Got Torch of Judgment, which another 6 mana regeneration item for casters. And the Soul Essence of Atenha Ra, which is used as a turn-in for the best necklace in the game, which I will show you guys that as well here in a second. That and it's only level 55 required. It is ridiculous stats. So let's get us on out of here. We got some really good loot here in Vex Thal. I know there's a boss that I'm skipping, but I just don't want to run back all the way through to get to. I really don't want to make that run. And the dagger that, not the dagger, the enemy that I almost always skip here because I have to run back through to get to him, typically only drops like a dagger of thought, I think is what it's called. It's a cool item in theory, but it's really just not that good. Okay, so let's go over here and show you guys this Soul Essence drop and what to do with it. Because there is a skeleton that you can turn it into here. And it gives you a really good neck piece. That is also another thing that I miss about EverQuest, that that I personally have really only started to see games start to implement again recently. EverQuest always had tons and tons of secret, hidden quests that you would only get from either like maximizing your playtime, or you would only get because of word of mouth, because you heard someone mention it way back in the day. Because this was also not before the time of the internet, but before a lot of information was put on the internet. So like this Soul Essence, let's talk to this guy. Boom. From that Soul Essence that we just turned in, we got a level 55 required neck piece with 20 attack, 8 HP regeneration, and 8 mana regeneration. Let's not mess up my microphone here. It has the highest HP and mana regeneration stats on any item up through Luclin. As a matter of fact, maybe Planes of Power as well. Because at the time, the cap was 15 for mana regeneration, so having 8 would already put you over halfway there. It's got 15 stats across the board, 125 HP, mana and endurance, 35 AC, which is just insanity, and 20 to all resist. And also, the Warn item that you get here, increasing mana, hit point, attack, ultra vision, and damaging any creature that hits you for up to an hour. It says for up to an hour, but it gives you a permanent blessing, because it's an effect that's worn. So it's a permanent damage shield, and HP, attack, mana regeneration. It's the only item with that blessing on it in the game. Really good item. And since we are done here, let's get ourselves back to my druid so we can go to Sra Temple. Let's go beat up some big snakes. I love raiding in the Luclin area and the Luclin era. That now that I've been able to go through and hit these fights as a high level character and been able to like beat up these guys and experience this content, I really want to experience it live. That is something I really want to make sure I put the time in and the effort in to go through. So that is definitely a goal for me whenever these TLPs drop. If they're not just like outrageously weird like rule sets, that's something I really want to experience on my druid. Not my druid, Jesus Christ. That's something I really want to experience on a new character. The Siren Enticer. What does this look like? Oh. Okay. An overly sexual siren. Got it. Yeah, I really want to experience this Luclin content firsthand. It's always interesting seeing a 6 stack of people run around attached at the hip. Okay, so Druid. Ooh. Let's go to Twilight. I'm having such a good time with EverQuest. I amaze myself every time I log into the game and I set up my characters and I just go into a raid and I just start having a good time. I don't know why. I'm amazed with it that even after all these years, it's still such a good time. Okay, let's click that off. Get ourselves our handy dandy little mount. Oh, yeah, that's right. But yeah, definitely. If there are people that would still be interested in a loot giveaway, I know last time I did it, I think it was like the middle of January, and I only had like 250 subscribers. I had like 14 or 15 people that entered in the giveaway. If there are still like, you know, the same amount of people or more that would be interested in a loot giveaway with all these items, definitely let me know. Because again, the only thing that's going to be required of you is that you have a character on the Firiana V server. And all the loot I'm getting, I'll just empty my bags to you. Last time we had around like 260 items. And the poor guy that I was giving everything away to, he had to go through and like log into different characters to find space for the items. Because on Firiana V, everything is droppable. So all these clickies, all these items, all these weapons and everything like that, I'll just hand off to you. You can do with them what you will. If you want to sell them, cool. If you want to use them, even better. I just want to encourage some people to come back and give the game a try again after all this time. And, you know, just bear in mind, this year we are getting... Let's get this stuff moved over a little bit. This year we're getting a completely new UI. I think it's this year. It's either at the end of this year or it's next year that they're completely rebooting and redoing the UI for EverQuest. So it's going to make the game way more current, because this UI that you see me using here, this is all something I put together. The game doesn't look like this UI at all. It looks more like this. Like, you can obviously change the size and shape of the graphics and everything like that just to kind of fit whatever it is you want it to look like. But this UI that I put together, this is just how I got mine set up. So hopefully whenever they reboot it and redo it, it's going to look way more like something like Final Fantasy or something like World of Warcraft. Just way better. Everything about it. Like, they need ability graphics, they need like the UI for the hit point experience, mana regeneration and everything. They just need a better version of everything across the board. So EverQuest soon is going to look completely different as far as the UI itself. The graphics will probably just remain the same for basically ever. I know with the 64-bit servers that we got, we are supposed to get updated graphics as we're going. Eventually, a lot of the new zones and stuff like that will have the ability to utilize better graphics. Oh, we got it named. What's up, buddy? Stone-bladed axe. Ooh. Not good. But yeah, just anybody who is interested in trying the game again, I know I'm probably going to say this a billion times, and if you've watched my videos before, every single time I'm going to say EverQuest, in my opinion, is the best that it's ever been. This is the first developer that we've gotten that's actively done things to improve the experience for new and returning players ever. I mean, I think the last one that did that was back when they were owned by Sony. So we're talking like circa 2007, 2008, House of Thal era, where they were introducing heroic character boost, the intricate Defiant stuff to kind of help move you along through the experience. Okay, so let's go kill us some baddies. But yeah, this is like the first developer that's announced that they're trying to do things to improve things for any players in a very long time. So I think it is phenomenal. And I'm really excited to see how things look as a long-term player. And there are so many people that are just talking negative about it, like it's only going to be this, it's only going to be that. It's going to be negative, it's not going to be that good for us. I'm sorry. Living an expectation of everything being bad or worse on changes is just not how I really want to go. So I'm just going to be excited about it. The worst that can happen is if it's really that bad, I bet that they're going to have something where you can either use a classic UI or an updated UI. I would not be surprised if that's how they did it. Like, if you want to play with the classic UI, go for it. But if you want to play with the updated UI, hell yeah. And that personally would make me way happier. I think we need to go over here now. Because there's always going to be people who are like, no, I only play with the true EverQuest UI and graphics. And it's like, well, if you really still wanted the true EverQuest UI, you would be playing with the tiny little box that we used to have circa 1999. The little white encased box. If I find a screenshot, I'll put it on the screen here for you. And if I could play with that UI still, oh, I would do it. I would 100% do it. That box is just the gray silver outline box that looks like a tiny little square where you have like your abilities and everything on one side and your inventory on another. I would do it 100%. I thought that UI was just so cool back in the day. Okay, let's see what these guys drop. These guys pretty much never really drop anything good. Well, this isn't bad. It's not bad. Ray's Battle-Worn Dirk. It's a cool graphic. A lot of these items are just kind of meh because these are like entry-level bosses. We have to kill these guys to spawn the Arclich Ragzagoon. So that's what we're doing right now. We have to go through the middle wing, the left wing, and then back to the right wing. And that will spawn the Arclich for us. After all these years, I'm finally getting good enough to navigate these hallways. Of course, I've got the map and everything pulled up, but it's taken me a long time and many, many runs to get me to be able to navigate these hallways without getting lost. Oh, what's it named? What's up, Commander? This game is still just such a good time. The only thing that could make this game better for me is if I actively had a group of people that I could play with. And I know I could probably find a group of people to play with, but just the vast majority of people that play this game can be so extreme. And if you know, you know. If you know what I mean, then yeah, you know what I mean. When I'm talking about like extreme, there are some people that play this game like it is their livelihood, and if you insult it, then you're basically insulting their family. And I get it. I know what it means to be addicted to a video game and to worship the experience. I 100% get it. But I have not played EverQuest like that in a really long time, so I like to just casually hop in and do what I want to do when I want to do it. If I could have a group of people to play with, that would be fantastic. But I'm not about to play this game like it's a religious experience. And nothing has been good since Valius and Luclin and Planes of Power are all abominations, and that's not the type of experience I'm looking for here. I just want to play the game and have fun. There are a couple EverQuest YouTubers I love watching because they just have such a good time playing the game, like Dr. Nachos, Sage Freak. I think his name is Hammock something or another. He's another one that still like regularly puts out EverQuest content. A lot of those YouTubers, I really enjoy watching their videos because you can tell that they just have a good time playing the game. And that's how it should be. There's no, oh, everything is ruined since this, but I'm playing it begrudgingly because I'm addicted. Those are the type of EverQuest players I like to watch. And I'm happy that they still put out videos. Sage Freak, whenever he puts out a video, he is a Project 1999 EverQuest YouTuber. His videos recently have all been like showing his experience soloing as a cleric on Project 1999. And I love watching his videos because he does a lot like what I feel like he does a lot like what I do, but on a higher scale as far as like efficiency and just, you know, showing the game and what it looks like on Project 1999. He's a much better EverQuest gamer than I am. And the aspect of like he knows the areas that he's in way more effectively. Cool guy, funny guy. Plus seeing the classic zones, and you still have like the danger of the zones because he's still soloing as a character on Project 1999. Really cool. But that's the type of EverQuest I want to watch. People who are like, yeah, this place is awesome. It could kick my ass if I'm not careful, but this is how you do it. And plus, soloing as a cleric, who does that? You know who does that? People who know their shit. If I had bigger balls, I'd probably still be playing on Project 1999. But I'm here for the casual experience of getting to do what I want when I want as easy as possible. Plus, I'm a rogue. I can Shroud of Stealth past essentially any boss anywhere except for Trakenon. For some unfucking known reason, Trakenon can see through Shroud of Stealth. But yet, the gods and the enemies that have killed the gods repeatedly can't see me. But yet, some level 65 dragon hiding in a hole somewhere can see me through Shroud of Stealth. Yeah. Oh, he's holding the big sword. I love that sword graphic. Gimme. What'd you drop? Hoop of Emptiness. Another clicky. Nice. Another clicky, increasing your attack rating. Okay. And keen-edged cleaver. Oh, it's a one-hand slashing weapon. Nice. With an increased skill mod of parry. Such a cool graphic. My fingers are crossed for the Acrylia-handled broadsword, I think is what it's called. I always fuck up that name for some reason. That should tell you how rarely I see that item. It's a weapon that drops from the Emperor here. I fuck up the name all the time because I've only seen it drop like twice now. Once on the test server, when I back before Agents of Change was introduced on the live servers. So I would take my characters to the test server, would make copies of them for the test server, and I would run through the Agents of Change content just so I could kind of get the experience. But ever since Agents of Change was introduced to live servers back in September of last year, which holy shit, that was already 7 months ago, I've been hitting the Emperor almost every week since, and I've only seen that sword drop once. One time on the test server and one time on the live server. So it's a really, really rare sword. It looks really cool. It's got like the best graphics. Okay, we've killed basically everybody. Now we can go down to the basement and kill God, what is his name? Something the Cursed. Zerakor. No, that's a creator. Anyways, I can't ever remember his name either. I'm such a potato brain right now. I need more tea. Speaking of, it's about to be really bitter tea because I let it seep way too long. Woo! Oh man, that ginger hits the spot. Anyways, yeah, we have to kill all of the taskmasters down here and the wardens, which I think, yeah, another warden right there. Boop. Throwing dagger for 32,000 damage. It did also crack me up yesterday. There was somebody that commented on one of my videos ranking the EverQuest, the classic EverQuest bosses, and I think I showed where I one-shot Lord Nagathon and Lady Vox, and then it cracked me up so bad because the dude was like, "Holy crap, you just one-shot Nagi. How hard do you hit for?" And then he also said that he plays on Project 1999, and I was like, ah, that's why. P99 player. Another one of the classic EverQuest lovers, which, don't get me wrong, I know I talk about loving the niceties and stuff like that and the improvements that they've given us on live. If I had no other option, I would be on Project 1999 as well. Because I'm so addicted to EverQuest that if I had no other option, I would still be playing P99 as well. My only experience with P99 a long time ago was a very negative one, and that's why I have not played it since. Maybe it's different now. Could be a different story. I might give it a try another time. I know I mentioned recently that I was going to download the emulated servers and play it and stuff like that. It's still something I would like to do, but I just mentally have to get over the negative experience I had the first time I played anyways. It's not really a story worth getting into. It was just a frustrating experience with a buddy of mine who wanted me to play P99 with him, so I downloaded and played it, and the people ruined it. Let's just put it that way. The people who play P99 were just way too toxic for me to want to stick around. I have too little time and too many different video games that I want to play to let toxic experiences control how I play a game. And I know recently also the video I uploaded talking about how EverQuest or Daybreak is done with cheating, and you guys didn't see any of the comments, but there were several comments that were very, very toxic. And I didn't mean for the video to come across as like an ultra negative, as like cheaters are bad people and etc, etc. That was not how I intended the video to come across. It was just me talking about how there are people who are cheating and warping and ruining the game for everyone else, and those people are douchebags. The people who use MacroQuest and like Boxer or something like that, I think it's called, who use that for simplicity so they can play multiple characters and play the game. I'm not talking about them being bad people. They're playing the game and they're making the game work for them so they can do the stuff that they want to do. I do not, I'm not bashing anybody who plays with MacroQuest or any of those other programs so they can play the game. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the people on TLPs, who a buddy of mine has talked about before, that their experience on the TLPs with people who box up to 54 accounts at one time, those people go through and they're teleporting around, they're stealing enemies from other people, they're just doing the worst kind of cheating possible in the game and ruining the experience for other people because they want to be the best, highest level, most important characters in the game. That's just a pile of crap. An absolute pile of crap. They should not be getting away with that. And if that pisses people off, I'm sorry. If you were teleporting around, stealing enemies from other characters, ghosting, which is like teleporting so fast. Oh, nice. Kalshazar. Teleporting so fast that you're like appearing behind the enemy and hitting it before the enemy can actually aggro and attack you. People are using that to kill bosses on TLP servers. That's not okay. I am not against the idea of people playing the game and having a good time and not ruining the experience for other people. Use your 6-tack. Oh, nice. Really good one-hand blunt item. Bane damage undeads +6, and it's got Dawn Calling on it. Shoot. Cool weapon. But if you're using MacroQuest and stuff like that to teleport around and just ruin the experience for other people, I'm sorry, but you deserve to be banned. I'll say it. And if that pisses you off, I'm sorry. I'm not looking to be a what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not looking just to get a reaction from you so you'll watch the videos. That's not the type of YouTuber or any content that I want to put out. But if you are cheating and you're just ruining the game for other people, you shouldn't play. You want to do stuff like that, go to an emulated server, make your own server, teleport around, do all the shit that you want there. Don't ruin the game for other people. But if you're just using MacroQuest for quality of life so you can play your 6 characters and love the game still, I have absolutely no problem with that. And I don't think that that's what Daybreak was talking about with cheating anyways. They don't want to outwardly talk about how they're accepting of cheating because that's just a bad look for a development team. That's probably why they were like, oh, the agreements that we have might not always stay in place. They just have to state that. So it doesn't look like they're agreeing with cheating. They are fully aware of the fact that, a large percentage of the player base multi-boxes. Oh, I did not mean to end find. No. They are fully aware of a large percentage of the population using MacroQuest and the other boxing programs so that they can play the game. They don't want to get rid of those. I can guarantee you that because they make so much money off of you guys. Hell, they make so much money off of me. Every couple of months, I'll buy 6 Krono, which is like, what, $18 a pop? Every couple of months, I'll buy that so I can have 6 characters subscribed. That's a lot of money. And that's only from one person who 6 boxes. Some people 24 box or 54 box, like I was talking about. Like the buddy of mine who's on the Rizlona server with boxing allowed. He was talking about there are people in his guild that 24 box on a regular basis for their raids. I'm sure they don't want to ban those people as long as they're paying to play the game and they're not teleporting around ruining the experience for everybody else. But if you have people who are just like, okay, well, I'm going to take this enemy that's a part of your group, and I'm going to steal him and just teleport my entire group on top of you and take the enemy. What the fuck? You should be banned. If you want to come back, pay for another account, boost yourself up, and there you go. Just do it again. Just don't cheat next time. Anywho's, to move on from the wonderful cheaters of this game, let's see what else we got. Oh, see, another couple items, wrist items that aren't lore, and they have no level requirements, so really good twink items. I'm really hoping that this guy also drops his mount. This way we can say that we've killed the 3 most important bosses of Luclin expansion, Inquisitor Saroo, Atenha Ra, and Emperor Swazia. We've hit all the best Luclin content for today. And here soon, as much as I hate fighting Vishimtar the Fallen, if you know, you know, he is a dragon, and the endgame dragon for Dragons of Norath. The level 70 expansion, really, really cool expansion. Still one of my favorite expansions of the entire game for the different dragon fights. Vishimtar the Fallen is a essentially 30-minute fight all on his own. Because if you know anything about his mechanics back in the day, it's starting at 25% all the way down to 0%. Every 1%, he puts a death touch dot on one of the characters in the raid. And if you have that death touch, you have to find one of the mourning spirits that are wandering around the entire room. You have to run up to it and say, "Shoulder my burden." It removes the dot from you, and you can do another additional 1% damage to him. I just got sidetracked by something someone said in general, but it's crazy because it takes so long, and it's time locked. It takes like every 2 or 3 minutes for him to put another dot on somebody. I can solo him just fine. It's getting that dot on me and then finding one of those enemies to say "shoulder my burden," to remove the buff so I can do another 1% damage to him. It just takes forever. God, it's such a rough fight. That was one of the last endgame fights I really remember. 100% one of the last endgame fights I remember, because on top of him doing that, he also... on top of doing that, he also has other things going on, like there are eggs around the room that if they break, they spawn a whole bunch of little drakelings, in addition to corrupted drake ads that spawn around the room. And typically, my group always handled it as only the tank was the one who was ever doing damage to him. So the tank would be the one doing damage. He would knock him down 1% or so. And then, oh, he died fast. We'd take him down like 1% at a time. And then everyone else is running around doing mechanics. And if people died, it was horrible. I think then if somebody died, then it spawned another ad that you would have to deal with. So you have enchanters and everybody all around the room, like, mezzing ads in addition to the chaos that is the boss himself. Really, really fun fight back in the day. Alright, what did we get? What did we get? What did we get? Nice. Nice. Okay, so we got two mounts to drop today. 2 of the rarest mounts in the game to drop. So we got the one from Lord Inquisitor Saroo, the one from Emperor Swazia, and also I just kind of wanted to ask, I'm not sure if whoever is still watching this, but if anybody does have any interest in me actually streaming on YouTube. That's something I think would be really fun as well, because I haven't really streamed live in months since I started this channel on YouTube. I used to stream quite a bit on Twitch, but now that I actually have, you know, some subscribers and people who might actually watch, if I went live on YouTube, is that something that you would be interested in watching? Because if it is, next weekend I was thinking about just, you know, booting up the stream and just doing all this stuff live on stream, as opposed to, you know, chopping up a video, uploading it, editing it, and stuff like that. I can just do it. I can just go live on YouTube and hit all these different lockouts like I've been doing today. I think that would actually be a good time. If you're interested in that, let me know. If you think that would be something cool to watch, definitely let me know if there's any specific fights you want to see me hit, because as you can tell, there are so many different bosses and enemies that I can go through and fight. I can't get to them every week. There are so many different bosses that I normally skip and just don't hit on a weekly basis because I just don't have the time for them. I could probably do like a 6 or 7 hour straight stream and just hit everything from classic all the way up to like Depths of Dark Hollow. And of course, they're skipping a whole lot of different bosses that just aren't really worth it. But I could hit, you know, Dragons of Norath bosses. I could hit all of the Valius, Luclin, Kunark bosses. I think that would be a good time. And there's a whole lot of loot to get there as well. Could probably just get rid of these runes. Yeah. Oh, I did not mean to drop that crown. But that's okay. We'll get another one. Maybe somebody will get lucky and come across those dropped items here. I doubt it. There aren't many people who are exactly wandering this area. Ooh. It's a brownie illusion. Oh, that is cool. That is really cool. Okay, this dude's got some fucking masks. What? That is so cool. Oh man, I bet those are expensive too. Those are so cool. It's gotta be expensive as heck, though. Yeah, those are like really rare graphics. Okay, so if you've ever heard me say that there aren't many illusions left that I want, I lied, because these illusions look really cool. The eagle one. That one's not so much. The Screaming Banshee one for sure, because that is like one of my favorite Plane of Nightmare graphics. I did also find out recently there is a Mastruk graphic. Too chaotic recall. The Mastruk, which is the Gates of Discord, the Berserkers, like the big buff red dudes, the Berserkers. I'd mentioned before that I really wanted that as a graphic. That's a graphic. That's an illusion item that you can get. I really, really want that. Damn, some of these illusions I'd pay out the wazoo for. Dr. Fauci. I think that's one of Dr. Nacho's characters. on the test server. I remember watching his live streams. That's one of his character names. Either that or somebody copied his name, which is entirely possible. Damn, I really want those graphics, but I'm not about to drop $150 on Krono to afford something like that. I'm already happy about this because apparently this Mask of Scaled Cunning is apparently one of the rarest illusions in the game right now, because it was from a box set only from 2012. It's from this Legend of the Dragon Brood, the ones that I opened up on video recently. Apparently that was only available for a small period during 2012. Which you can't really tell, but it gives you a 60% movement boost. And I think it's also an HP boost. It's a couple of different things. I can't remember which one it is, but either way, it's a boost across the board, and it looks really cool. So I'm happy with that. The only other illusion for sure that I would drop everything and try to get is there is a aspect of the Brood illusion which actually turns you into a giant dragon. It's actually like a big dragon graphic. That is the only other one that I would stop and try to get a hold of. And the only reason I haven't yet is because the last time I tried to find one, or the last one someone was selling one, they wanted like 45 million platinum for it. And don't get me wrong, I'm all about the price is right, and I set aside money specifically for stupid decisions like that, but that is a really stupid decision. That is like 9 Krono worth of worth of platinum. And that's a lot of money. King Tormax. Let's go, buddy. I love killing these dudes. Let's go. Hide illusion, always NPC, and for the win. Crown of the Cromzet Kings, a really good twink item. Ring of Lightning, another good twink item. Boots of the Storm. Damn it. There's always 1 or 2 items from these old world zones that I put in my bank a long time ago, and I should have just pulled them out and deleted them. I need to go through and do a major bank cleanse recently, because I have a whole bunch of items from my Rogue Epic 2.0 that I've been needing to go through and complete. The only reason I actually would say these days that is worth doing the Epic 2.0s is because if you have the Epic 2.0, with fantastic graphics across the board, still unmatched in this game, in my opinion, you can do a small quest that leads you to a couple of different open world zones, and you can get a weapon ornamentation that looks like your epic, that you can make any of your current weapons look like the old epics, which I think is phenomenal. To get a couple of those and have a rogue with like a couple of the green dripping blades, so fucking good. Why are there enemies on top of him? What? Since when did the Temple Guardians just appear out of fucking nowhere? And as always, the chest plate of Vindication. Alright, and still one of my favorite encounters to this day. The big old statues. I love beating up the statues. An Avatar of War. Such a good time. Just because Avatar of War used to be such a pain in my ass back in the day that it just nothing beats killing him. Hammer of Battle. God, that is not a good weapon. The breastplate, though, that is a really good item. We're going to take that. Cloak of Falling Stars, also really good item. Gotta love that old 8-bit MIDI graphic, or 8-bit MIDI MIDI sounds. Just imagine some dude on a little, like a little keyboard recording this, just jamming out. Aw, he didn't die in one hit this time. In the most true form of battle in this game, we have a dragon versus the Avatar of War. A Blade of Carnage. And Flayed Barbarian Mask. That's a shame, because that might actually rot. Summon Banker. Let's see if we can... Okay, there we go. Yay, we can take the mask. No waste. Sweet. I love getting items and not having them just go to waste. Oh, damn it. I made my druid the leader, never added him back. Make leader. Let's get everyone out of that instance. Okay, we got everyone out. Let's go.